My time to shine, to share, has come, and I am thankful, for it has been very patient with me. Patient in its wait for me to wake up and realize it always has been, as random lies in wait. Not for lack of trying on its part. There have been many signs along the way, although when one is still asleep, random appears to be random. Coincidental events here and there, not seen connected as they are, as random lies in wait. Random is not random at all. It is an entity, an entirety of all its seeming parts, neither sporadic nor coincidental, but intricately, intimately connected and fluid, as random lies in wait. Either everything is random or nothing is, coincidence or not, miracles or not. All things occur exactly as they are supposed to, whether awakened or asleep, as random lies in wait, waiting for us to see that random is no more random than breathing, living, being, except when seen through sleeping eyes, waiting for things to happen when they already are, as random lies in wait. Awakening. I gaze about and stand in awe of this glorious place called Earth. Such immense amounts of beauty to which could not be placed a word. Just awaken early in the morn for the first glimpse of dawn's new light. Subtle changes through its spectrum will keep you glued upon the sight. This time of peace and solitude will mesmerize you into trance. Nature waking is what you'll hear, as to your ears each song will dance. The beauty of this waking time can be surpassed by not one, appearing first are morning doves, waiting beams of the golden sun. Be still and watch this miracle, and let your body feel its joy. Then watch and listen long enough to see that nature is not so coy. The key to all this beauty is you, to ensure this time is taken. Blame not the world for passing by, for it is us who must awaken. Most of the rhyme is probably a decade or two old. That's how I started writing. I could only think in rhyme. I didn't get free form. That's just to touch base on how this all spans. And there's one perception. Here's the other perception. No point at all. There is a darkness I have dwelled in for far too long, or closer to the point, perhaps exactly long enough. Dwelling there becomes pointless as the encroaching darkness deepens while collapsing in from all points of view, constricting and converging the pointless points into a dense, obscure whole into which I'm fallen and failing to see any point as it implodes into the vanishing point of where's the point, what's the point of no return, swallowing everything until there is no point at all. Now that's two ends of the spectrum. You got the lightest of the light and the darkest of the dark. And there's a reason I write like that. And ick is the reason. Ick. I am an alcoholic. Ick for sure. Some shy away from ick. Some fear ick. Some don't understand ick. And there are others too who do not like ick. Do not like my use of ick in speaking, in writing, thinking I hold ick against me and thus myself back. But see, ick is a part of me, a very cherished part. And the closer I hold ick to me, the farther away from the damaging effects of ick I am. And so I am. I can be. I have succumbed to ick in the past. I will never forget ick. But the past is where ick may now freely dwell. For I have surrendered to ick. Ick is too powerful for me to manage. So I do not. I have released ick from the chains with which I have held ick captive, dissolving the chains of guilt, shame, and remorse. I have given ick freedom to leave, to live in the past. No longer needing the insanity of ick's haunting screams to tear at my soul, I will no longer rain torture upon ick, for ick was never my enemy. Ick is the gift that transformed what I am not into all that I am. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And without that, none of this would come to be, because it was in 1990 in a rehab facility that I discovered that I had a voice that needed to speak. And this is what came with it. To be or not to be, was Shakespeare's question true? Although the point is truer said, is one to be or do? I think, therefore I am. Descartes did quite well said. Indeed, the core that dwells within defines the course of life each day. Now, stupid is as stupid does, was Forrest Gump's quaint way of simply saying, be yourself, lest life's judgments cause you stray. I am that which I am. I do not do to be. For doing not is how to be, as doers not do see. For me, I simply am. I struggle so just to be. For what I prize the most in life are all the gifts life brings to me. My greatest hope in life is this, to attain the gift of being, so I may have the purest wealth that life holds just for the free. The truth of life just is, and needs nothing done to be. For if control is forced on life, its true intent will never be. I know, it all sounds good on paper. Living it is another story. This skin, just as I started to get comfortable in this skin, having grown enough to fill its well-taught security, I learned that it was too tall, no longer suited for protection of that within, now seemingly designed to smother and stun its growth instead. This skin no longer fits. Regardless of comfort, it is still indeed a tattered gown, just a hand-me-down, a hold-me-down of the past. It is time for a new skin, my own skin, not one worn, pretending like it fits, rather one that does fit and stretches and grows with me as I continue to become. This old one has served me well, having brought me to this place where there is enough space to craft the cocoon of my changing room. In it, there is abundant room for change. The glorious metamorphosis